Okay. Hello everybody. No face cam today, unfortunately. I've been coming off of a cold for the past week, and I think I'm on like the last day of it. I feel mostly okay, but my nose is still pretty runny, and I've been sniffling a lot and making just weird faces in the meantime, so I'm just gonna, you know, not worry about it and just not do face cam today. And to be honest, I've kind of been putting off shaving for a while, so I look pretty scruffy on top of, the sick recovery face. So just gonna do a bit of cleanup today and tomorrow, and hopefully I should be back by Tuesday. Anyways, let's go ahead and jump in. We actually have an opportunity to do a daily chest today, the challenge. We haven't done on stream in like a month or so, so it's pretty nice. We are on chest number 40, which doesn't sound like a lot. Definitely quite a ways away from 365, but it's better than nothing. Usually for the challenges, I've been doing an order where I do easies on Monday, hard on Tuesday, co-op on Wednesday, and then I repeat that for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, which leaves an extra day to do either easy or advanced. I would do co-op, but I just did co-op yesterday, so it's closed off for a couple days for some reason. I mean, we might as well just do advanced, because like we get a little bit of extra rewards for it. Why not, right? Let me just make sure I've got this written down here, so I know I did chest number 40 on stream. But yeah, we'll just do this really quick before we jump into the Odyssey, unless this happens to take forever. Alright, sorry, I probably was muting weirdly in there. I was just making markers for myself to make sure I keep a log of, which chests I open on what day, and if I open it on stream or not. Just so I know where they're at. Okay, so we need to get past round 100. What do we have to work with? Got just middle path on every tower here. Okay. How much money do we have? 17,000. Not a lot. I don't even know if we could buy this. Oh, we could. We could just barely buy that, but we can't afford Ben or anything else. So it's kind of tough. Looks like we just have to destroy a bad. That's it. Oh. Oh, okay. Easiest advanced challenge of my life. I thought that'd be harder, but okay. Definitely gives us enough time to still hit up the Odyssey, for sure. Well, there's challenge 40 done. If y'all remember, my plan is to record every chest and challenge up to 365, and then once I get a video log of all of them, I'm gonna put them all in a compilation and upload that to YouTube, which likely is gonna happen after the series ends. Probably gonna get to the end of the rest of the achievements before I get to the end of that one. So yeah, I'm just gonna do that off camera and make a compilation of it afterwards. There we go. I should honestly probably start editing that like soon, just so I can have it started.
Are you kidding me? Nothing gets past my
I feel like it's going to be a lot of time to edit like over 300 clips together. Actually, over 600 different clips together, even if they're all not that long. The chest clips are only like 10 seconds maximum, because, you know, it's just me opening the chest and stopping the recording. The challenges, depending on how hard they are, have been getting up to about 10 minutes long. Of course, the shorter ones, like the one we just did, are real short, so it's not really a big deal, but sometimes they do get pretty long. I think what I'm going to do is make a compilation of every type of challenge. I'm going to have a compilation for the chests, then I'm going to have 3 separate compilations for the easy, advanced, and co-op challenges. And I'm going to try to make them funny. You know, I'm not going to put it in like every single moment of every video or anything like that. It's going to be like a nice, funny video to just sit down and watch for a few minutes. But yeah, I don't know. I should probably start working on that soon, because editing 4 videos out of nowhere with that much content is probably going to take a while for me to do. So I'll try to do that at some point. I'm just not good at editing yet, so I just don't really know what to do yet. Do we really need anything else besides Quincy here? I feel like Quincy can kind of solo easy game for a while.
What's up?
I don't know if we really need anything else for the moment. I think we will need either to like spam his ability or get something else later on, but we're fine for now.
Come on.
Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. So, yeah, like I said, I'm coming off of a cold, so sorry if y'all watch this and expect a face cam. I know it's a little maybe less exciting without somebody, you know, actually talking to you, but it's alright. Also, sorry if you hear a lawnmower in the background. Our gardener is here today. We have a gardener that we pay like once a month or so, which sounds criminal, but that's his rate. I don't know why he only charges once a month, but anyways, he's here today and he's mowing the lawn, so apologies if you hear that in the background. Yeah, I'm feeling better, a lot better than I did throughout the week. My Astria stream, you'll probably notice I wasn't able to actually do my Astria stream, so I've been recording like 30-minute episodes off stream, which have been fine. The first few were kind of a struggle to get through. I was barely able to kind of breathe and talk and focus and all that stuff. Yesterday, my Terraria stream went well. I was able to stream and get through that just fine. But yeah, like I said, my symptoms are still on the come down, so still probably going to be another day till they completely go away. But they're mostly gone now. I can hear mostly fine. My sinuses are still a little backed up, but it's not nearly as bad as it was. And I don't feel like my body is sore like it was, so definitely a lot better.
Sweet.
Some nice stuff has been going on this week, though. I've talked about it during my other streams in the Astria videos, but I went hiking recently. Oh, sorry, my dad needs me. My dad needs me for something. Hold on. Alright, sorry. Apparently my dad managed to somehow lock himself out of the house. So he needed somebody to open him, or, you know, let him in. He asked me instead of my sister for some reason. Anyways. What was I saying? Oh yeah, some interesting stuff this week for me. I went hiking. Got some pictures that I'm going to use for some of my music projects as cover art, thumbnails, album art, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to be using it for that, so that was nice. I've got a new job, which is the big thing for me this week. I did talk about it, but I was applying for a local arts program for the summer, as well as a job at my school district as an after-school assistant, which would just be during the normal school year. And the arts program never contacted me after the first interview I had, which is kind of sad. But the school district did, and they said I could start working for them. So I've been getting some paperwork done. I've got some appointments to do coming up in a few days that I've got to do for like fingerprinting and all that, all that adult stuff. So gonna do that soon, and I don't know when exactly I'm gonna start working, but it shouldn't interfere with the streams that much, I don't think. I'm pretty sure it's just from, like, when the school day ends, which is around 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. I don't know that exact school schedule, but probably around there. And then, you know, earlier on Fridays. But yeah, around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Then I'll probably stay there for, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours, if I had to guess. And, of course, the school district is local, so it's only about, like, a few-minute drive. It's not that bad at all. So, if anything, the streams might get moved to earlier in the day, to be at, like, 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning. But other than that, I think everything should stay the same. I'm still going to implement my new streaming schedule in a few weeks that I talked about, like, once or twice. That's still in the works, so not going to go into effect quite yet, but I think in about 3 more weeks it'll roll over, so that's still going to take place regardless. But yeah, I might have to push these to be a little bit earlier in the day. I could do them later at night as well, I guess, before I go to bed, but it's kind of inconvenient for my family to do that at that time, so I like to be earlier. So yeah, that's been some great stuff for me that I've been, you know, looking forward to and working on. The streams have been going well, you know, apart from the fact that I was sick. Everything's been going well from like OBS and Twitch. Haven't had any problems or anything. And I don't know. This is a pretty good week so far. Got a pizza yesterday, another pizza. We eat pizza kind of often, like once a week or once every other week. Kind of unhealthy, but pizza's tasty, so whatever.
Speed.
But yeah, like I said, I don't know exactly when I'm going to start this new job. But it's basically a permanent position. I don't think they treat it necessarily the same way as like a permanent position at like a warehouse or grocery store where you have to like be there for a certain amount of days and then you are considered a permanent employee. You get extra benefits on top of that. I think it's more like, because I went through the whole process of you know, being hired and all that stuff, I think I'm basically already considered a permanent employee. And
Speed.
I don't really know how like promotions work because I'm not, like, I am with the district, but I'm not like a teacher or a staff member at the school. I'm not like a librarian or a school counselor or anything like that. So I do believe this is a somewhat permanent position, but I don't know what that really means in the context of this job. So I guess I'll talk about it once I start working. I'll talk about it some more, but hopefully I should be able to actually start investing some good money into the stream, though. Assuming I'm gonna be you know, keeping this around, I want to get some better sound treatment for my room, like I've talked about before. Some better hardware for my laptop, if not, you know, an investment into an actual gaming PC that can handle a heavy workload. I've said I want to start making YouTube essays. That's still in the works. I've been chipping away at that very slowly.
Oh yeah.
Maybe if like everything goes well and I'm able to save some money, maybe I can start saving up my own place, like my own apartment somewhere.
Incoming.
That's more of a like a year in the future type thing. That's not something I'm really worried about at this very moment, but you know, those paychecks get your brain spinning if you haven't been getting paychecks. Start thinking about all the things you can start buying out of nowhere.
Are you kidding me? Nothing gets past my bow.
So yeah, I'll probably keep y'all mostly updated about stuff that's going on in that regard. I am also, you know, still learning about like different pieces of gear and like how to use it and all that stuff, so apologies if like
Awesome.
I start talking about some hardware and you're like, he's so dumb, he doesn't know that this does this and he could use this for this and he'd be better off using this for this. Like I don't really know
Seriously?
all the ins and outs of all that stuff, so apologies.
Nice.
To be honest, though, I don't really know what I'm going to what I'm going to do during the summer, during Christmas break, though, because they said I'm only going to be at the school uh, during the times when kids are there. So I don't really know what I'm going to do for a job during summer. I talked about it a little bit yesterday, but finding a job, even like a part-time job, has been a struggle for me for some reason. All the different stores and restaurants I've applied to have denied me, even from basic entry-level positions.
Oh yeah.
City jobs as well I've applied for. The library, I've applied for like basic road work that might require like light training or something like that. DoorDash hasn't been making me any money recently for some reason. Every time I turn it on, it just doesn't give me any orders. So I might, just have to kind of tank it and have a few late payments on my bills. Unfortunately, I don't really want to do that, but I guess if I have to, I can just pay late on some stuff and pay the late fees. I guess I could also just ask my parents to pay and then just pay them back once I start working.
Oh yes.
I don't really like doing that. I don't think they like it when I do that, to be honest, but if I have to, I have to, I should have just saved up for the Bloon Dissolver. I don't know why I didn't do that.
Come on.
Yeah, exciting stuff going on.
Seriously?
There we go.
Yes.
You know what? Now that I think about it, even if I'm not working during summer, I think that's okay for the stream because I'm probably going to be playing all these games throughout the summer anyways, with how long they seem to be.
Come on.
I'm definitely going to be at least playing Bloons and Terraria during summer. But I could honestly see myself playing all of the games that I'm currently playing throughout the entirety of summer, so
Awesome.
probably not a big deal, for like hardware and new games if I'm not working. I don't have to buy anything if I'm just doing the same thing that I'm doing, you know what I mean? But I was thinking about it, and now that I, have an income, I'm gonna have... What am I trying to say? My brain is like not doing English correctly. Sorry. I'm trying to say, now that I'm going to be having an income soon, I'm going to be able to buy new games to play for stream, which is pretty exciting because I have been kind of racking my brain about what games to play in the future.
Come on.
But now I could play games like Doom, The Dark Ages. I could start playing the new Borderlands game if I want to, with better hardware and all that. I can start playing other new games that I'm blanking on right now. Yeah, I think just generally, I'll be able to start playing some new games. Pretty exciting.
Come on. Seriously?
By new, I mean like released recently. So that'll be exciting.
Seriously? Oh yeah. Yeah? Incoming! Headshot.
Oh, you're joking. Come on. Whatever. I don't mind spending the cash. Just buy one of these. That'll do it. I really thought the glue gunner, the balloon solver or whatever, the balloon dissolver, would be able to take care of that, but I guess not. For some reason. Thank you. What was that shop item? I talked about it last week too, but there was a shop item that somebody talked about that I should save up for, and I totally forgot to look at it last week. I think it was one of the skins. Maybe? I remember it cost a good amount of trophies, though. Like 100 trophies. I don't remember what it was. I feel like I would know it when I see it. It was like something really specific, and I remember I did actually say that I would save up for it because I liked it. I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was a hero pet. I really can't remember. Monkey pets, maybe? Was it? I'm gonna have to go back in my streams and find out what that was. There's definitely something that somebody told me to save up for because they liked it, but I can't remember what it was. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to go back in my streams and figure it out. Anyways.